need your heart, so I can be what you're coming to be. I wanna talk like you, I wanna walk like you, I even wanna act like you. Ain't no cap, it's the truth.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Yes.
This is Pat,
And this is Randy.
and we say welcome to the Straight from the
Welcome
Heart
to Straight from
from
the
the
Heart.
Germanys.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, and it's so great to see you all. Yes, that you come in, everybody, wherever you are. We are here. Uh, we're in two different locations,
Hmm.
but nevertheless, we are here. Um, just kind of working on some tech things. So we're coming on a little late, but just wanted to show up anyway. And so we're here. I actually happen to be in Detroit, attending to some ministry business here. And Randy is there in Indianapolis. But nevertheless, we are on here together. Isn't technology something? How you doing,
Yes, it
baby?
is. I'm great. And you?
Oh, I could be better if you were here, but since you're not,
Oh,
I'm gonna leave
okay.
it to you. So we're here, and I think this is great. We were just kind of talking about where we wanted to land at on today, and we were talking about relationships, and how do you make it work um, in this pandemic, before this pandemic, after the pandemic? How do you fortify your relationship to keep it wholesome and um, relevant at the same time? And so let's talk a little bit about relationships. We do have some questions that we're going to pop up that we want to adhere to. And so we're going to kind of share with you where we're at right now. Last week we had some guests on, the McMullins, and I'm telling you, it was such an honor to have them and to share what it's like to be
it
in
was. I enjoyed
ministry, being a blended family, and ministry as well. And so this week we want to talk about how do you maintain those relationships? What are some of the things that perhaps not just the Germanys that we are confronted with, but maybe even you yourself, things that you encounter during your relationship? And so some of the questions that we want to adhere to are going to pop up on the screen now. What did you think? I'm going to ask you this first question. What did you think when you first met me?
it. Excuse me. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm
I
sorry,
said,
I missed you.
the first question is, what did you think when you first met me?
What did I think? Uh, I thought you were. When I first met you, you was a little girl. I was just rescuing you
Okay,
from a
let's go
bullet.
past the little girl part.
Yeah, we should go further. So we speed forward to
At
what
24.
at 24. Ah, oh, with 24, I thought you had finally grown up, and I thought you might be we might be able to communicate on a different level. Then that's what I was thinking, and I thought you were very attractive, and I was someone's chan. I said that because before then I was like, no, I don't want to do that and ruin your life. But when I met you and you were 24, I think I was ready for a change in life. So I thought that would give us a chance. So that was my mindset. Did you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Uh, yes. We said that's true.
Yeah. I was just thinking about when I first met you, I was like, wow, he is fine.
Oh,
I remember you had on
okay.
your black, I remember the outfit. It was a black
Oh,
t-shirt, black denim jeans, and some
mm,
white tennis shoes.
mm,
And you had the little bitty waist and the broad shoulders.
So okay, so we was looking at the physical aspect.
Yeah, I
That's
was looking. I'm just gonna tell the gospel truth. I was looking at
okay.
the outward man,
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
but your inner man radiated and made the outward man even more astounding.
and that's kind of was my thought because when after talking to you a few times and you seem to be on the page that I wanted to be on. So you were somewhere that I wanted to be. So I think that made it an easy transition because what I was used to, the things I was used to doing, was somewhat. Uh, it was a lot different than where I was headed. So where I'd been is not where I wanted to stay, and so I wanted to go somewhere else. And so I thought that you might be the vehicle that takes me to a different place, to another level. And so, and thank God it did. It happened. And shoot, for 38 years we've been doing this now. So well, it's really no. We're embarking on what 39 and a half, somewhere around there. More, almost 40 years now.
Well,
We've been
38 years marriage,
married.
but
Exactly.
maybe going about a year. I would say
Year and
about
a
a year
half.
of dating prior to marriage.
mm Probably more like a year, closer to a year and a half.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
All right.
closer to a year, almost 2 years. Yes. You forget the preliminaries.
So, okay. So the next question is, where is your favorite place to be with me?
Wow. I can't say that on here. Okay, no, it's no. I like to be on vacation somewhere where I can get where it's your time and focus is not
Not on
divided.
ministry.
Not on ministry, and the phone's not ringing, and people are not knocking at the door, and you don't have to be somewhere on an assignment and talking to someone or encouraging, but even being on vacation, it still doesn't always happen like that. So, there's still times when people call and uh, and they say all the time, "Why did you answer the phone?" I'll be saying that too. Why did you answer the phone? But then too, I know that ministry is your one of your true loves. So I
Mhm.
understand, and we accept that. I think I had to accept that early on when I realized that it was God ordained, and when I seen that it was God ordained, and it makes it a lot easier to accept and understand that this is what it's about. So I've learned to share.
Yes, and that's what I appreciate about you the most, that you allow me to be me and to operate in the calling on my life, and not make me feel guilty about doing it. And so that is so important when you know that there's a call, whether it's you or me or anyone for that matter, that you're free to be able to flow in that anointing without feeling as though that you have to make a choice. And so that's
Mm,
so important in ministry, uh, because I do know of others that have downplayed the call on their life because of either spouse not accepting what it is that God has called them to do. And so I would say to anyone that's in ministry that those are the lines that need to be established early on, whether it's a career, whether it's a ministry, whatever, life changing situation or decision that needs to be made. There should be
mm,
communication to make sure there's clear line of understanding on both ends, and it's kind of like it's a give and take. So uh, I love that. And my favorite place to be with you is in your arms, for one, but two, I love traveling. I love when we're able to get away and go and just have fun and enjoy life. And yes, I know sometimes I have to duty calls and I still have to be accessible, but that's another part of understanding ministry. But we have a lot of fun together, a lot of downtime together, and that's what makes it really enjoyable.
yes, I agree. I agree. Well,
Yes.
and I'm thankful for those times away, and I understand that uh, ministry is somewhat challenging at times, and it is very demanding. So, and with that being said, I've learned to accept it and to partake and just try to encourage and push you in whichever way God has wants you to go. So, I think uh, it's been a blessing, and I've learned a lot with that, and I've learned to share that even with people that I know, friends and relatives, so that the people get a better understanding about what it takes to do that, and that you shouldn't feel challenged in any way because of it. Because and then I'm like just God fearing in the respect that when God has a call on someone's life, you need to accept that and uh, and and realize that maybe the call isn't just for her, but it is also for you. So,
And then
uh,
don't you think, I know early, years and years ago, you used to say, others identify you through me.
mhm.
And so I think it's important that either party establishes your own identity in a way to
Uh,
where it's not Pastor Germany's husband, but
but people do that because when you're very visible, then and not knowing me personally, or not knowing me from ministry, doing something, my face being broadcast in front of the church, then and seeing me connected to you. I mean, that's just. I think that's how people put that together. They just say, "Oh, that's Pastor Germany's husband," not that's Randy. But then because of your stature and just because of your visibility, I think that's why that was. But and I just said that jokingly. You know what I mean? I am who I am, and you being you doesn't diminish me any. So
that's right.
uh, I think that it may even enhance me a little bit. So
Now I was going to say you're my superhero.
yeah. Okay.
So I appreciate that.
Um,
So the next one is, how long did you think our relationship would last when we first started dating?
mm. Oh, well, if you know me, remember I tell you, I don't have transient relationships. I never, growing up, I that wasn't something that I did. I think that most of the relationships I had that were probably more long term. I don't look at it. I don't get involved or have relationships that transit. I have a lot of friends, and do they just be friends? But as females, as far as when you dating, I think that I look for a long term, because I think it's kind of like you have to. When you invest in a lot of time. And then I'm very, I kind of look at things maybe different than some people, this even when I was younger growing up, because, I was married at a very young age. And it wasn't just because I wasn't forced to do it. I did it willingly and by choice. So, uh, and it's just, I think it's been something that I've done because I've been married 38 years and I'm 66. And before that, I was married, 4 years. And, but I stayed in trouble a lot. So that kind of took away from that. But, it was a choice. And I never thought that in my thinking, I don't know if I thought I was going to be married for a long time, but really I didn't think I was going to live as long as I have. So that kind of just played into that. So, but I'm just thankful that everything turned out the way it did, and it's been a blessing. And I've enjoyed the ride,
All
enjoyed
right.
my time. So,
And
and looking forward to more years.
here you are now, 66. I'll be 60. And sometimes about, wow, we are growing older.
No, we're maturing. It's
So
not growing old. It's maturing. We're maturing. So, like
we
fine wines
yes,
mature. They just get better
so,
with age. As they age, they get better. They taste better. They
yeah,
are more exuberant and more refining. So, and the taste is different. So we're just maturing.
all
Yeah.
right. I stand corrected. We're maturing.
Yeah.
And,
I'm not buying into old or none of that.
well, I didn't say, older, so maybe maturing.
Oh, but that's the base word. Base word is old.
Old. So we're gonna get rid of the old.
We get rid of the old. Yes, definitely. Not
Okay.
old.
So so when you think about that, a lot of a lot of people change down through the years as they go through relationships, but I think our greatest asset is being able to communicate
Yeah.
and to have fun and enjoy being around one another when we're around one another.
Yes, that's enjoyable. And I know we really have changed because the aggressor has become the peacemaker. Peacemaker is now the aggressor. Lord, woo, that's you.
Am I the aggressor and now I'm the peacemaker?
Oh, yes.
Or are you speaking of yourself?
No, I'm not speaking to me. No,
so the aggressor is now the peacemaker. So you're saying I'm more peaceful now?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What
I'm saying the shoe was on the other foot. Where it used to be me, and now it's you. Now I'm having the test to pull you back and say, "Oh no, sweetheart, don't do this." Yes.
Well,
no.
I think what it is, I'm probably a little more verbose in sharing how I feel.
Yeah.
And I used to say when I turned 50, I'm a half a century old. I can say how I feel. Now that I'm getting ready to be 60, I told my son the other day,
is that what it is?
I can really say how I feel.
That's what we say about what people say. They have
like earned the
right to say stuff, and I think you have to be tolerant of what the mature adults say. The older adults. So that was something that I learned a long time ago as a child, and so I'm cool with that. I see you have really taken hold of that.
But you know what? I've learned how to be content in whatsoever state that I'm in. But at the same time, I do realize that you can't allow people to muzzle you, because then you become someone that you're not. And I've never been one that felt that I wanted to, and thank God, even, I sympathize with those that have drug addictions and different things that control them. I've always wanted to be one that's other than God first, but have control of my decisions and what I say and how I feel, and now that I am getting more mature, I feel there's more of an urgency to be able to speak how you feel so that people have a clear understanding of where you're at and there's no misconceptions. And so I'm learning to go with the flow, but at the same time, I still want to have my own mind and my voice.
And that's good. I agree. I've always felt like that. I have my own mind, my own voice, and I can say how I feel. And even if you disagree, I'm like, that's fine if you disagree, and we all have our own feelings about things and our own point of view, and that's good. And I don't have to agree with what you're doing or what you're saying. So and I don't know if it's agreeing to disagree. I just don't agree, and that's fine. So and I just move on. But
and a lot of it, if you want to be the culprit, I've actually bounced off of you a lot of my behaviors. Archery's on here. Archery will tell you. Archery, I learned from the best.
Oh yeah. I'm just but it's taking some time, because I used to be aggressive. Now when I'm confronted with some issue, I just find it's like I'm able to listen to the dialogue and to assess it, and I always look at things like so even if I explain to you my point, and even if I share with you, I think that the truth as I know it, how is it going to help you or help me? And if I don't see any value in it being helpful to either one of us, sometimes I probably just won't even respond or react to whatever it is. It's just I've learned to let it go a lot of times.
And that's, I think, has saved us a lot of heartache, is because somebody has to know when to let it go, when to cut it off. And so I will say, I credit that to you. What's the one difference between us that you absolutely love?
What's the what? Say that again.
What's one difference between us that you absolutely love?
I'm learning to get there, but I think you may be more forgiving in some aspects and able to, but I think I'm getting there. I'm really catching up to you on that. So the fact that you are able to just, and you're so compassionate with souls and stuff. So I think that is that's very intriguing to me. Especially with strangers and people that you are not familiar with, being able to entreat them. I think that is very admirable, and that's something that I'm growing into. God's helped me in my later years to learn to accept that and to be a little more cultivating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would say the one thing that I love about you, that I love, is that you say what you mean and you mean what you say, and I can take it to the bank when you say something. For the most part, if you say something, then most of the times you've already thought it through or seeked out the information that you needed. And so I feel safe knowing that when you say it, that you've already put some thought into it, you've already done some research on it. And so I'm like good to go. And I love that because it takes a lot of pressure off, because I don't have to always think of everything or come up with the answer for every situation. I don't have to be a God player in everything. And so I think that is one of your attributes that really enhances you, is that you're very wise in a lot of your decisions and things that you make. And a lot of things I may not be familiar with, financially, things of that nature. I don't worry about it. As you know, when we go on our trips, I just show up. I don't worry about how I'm going to eat. I don't worry about if I'm going to have shopping money. No. I just pack my bags.
Yeah, I know.
But I know you got me. You know what I'm saying? And so I love the security that I have when it comes to you making it happen. And so, that's one thing that I really love about you.
Thank you.
The next one is, if you had one word to describe our relationship, what would it be?
Secure.
You only get one.
No, man. I don't even know how you really can.
Well, let me give you mine first.
What's it?
I would say our relationship is spontaneous.
Spontaneous?
Yes.
Oh, no.
And I say that because we can tap in whenever.
Okay.
And so, I mean, and it doesn't always have to be, sexual. I'm just going to put it out there because everybody might think, oh, sexual. That's included.
Yeah.
But there's other things in decisions, in business decisions. Normally you feel me and you understand and you respond back quickly. So I'm not out there just
you're so innovative in that area. So
because I might come with anything, that.
Yeah, you do. You come with anything you have
at the last minute, in the 9th hour. I may just come and say, "Hey."
That's the one thing that I find. Because I like to.
You like to plan.
I like to plan. I
like to just do it.
Yes, so that's the part that I may find.
Well, you're learning though.
I had 38 years of this learning because I'm so spontaneous. Like you wake up and say something, I'm gonna say, you didn't tell me that. They say, oh yes I did. I say, you can't tell me something I'm asleep and think I'm gonna remember that. Okay. No, I just get in the bed. But then I had to jump up and try to make something happen. It's but it's okay.
So I don't know if we have any questions in the chat. Anybody want to share or anything?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're, of course, I've already shared with you that I'm in Detroit. Randy's in Indy, but we did not want to not come on because one of the things that we are planning is to be consistent. Mm-hmm. And so in doing so, we're just showing up. We're spontaneous. We're showing up and making it happen anyhow.
This was truly spontaneous. So,
but you know what? It's all good. And I feel like this. After 38 years of knowing someone, you should be able to come on in a heartbeat and talk about life, situations, circumstances, without it being a hardship or, you know what I'm saying, something far left or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just excited that, you know, that we have things in common, because there's a lot of couples who don't have anything in common. And I know they are miserable. I know they are miserable in this pandemic.
But
they locked up in a house and you don't know the person you with, you don't do nothing with them, you don't have no conversation. That's not a good place to be in.
I hear you keep saying that. I just find that that is most difficult for me.
Well, because I do know people that just be like, oh, he get on my nerves. He get on my nerves. I mean,
you think they really?
They're not working, or he's not working, and they are stuck with them, and they're not producing. They're not making any strides to do anything.
No, that right there. That might not be. That might be a problem.
You have to create things. You have to have things in common. I mean, everybody can't sit at home and not do nothing.
If you together, how'd you get together? Didn't have nothing in common.
Maybe it didn't start out like that. I don't know. I didn't get the details. I'm just saying.
How do you get together? How do you enter into a relationship and communicating? So you go out to dinner, you take walks, you do activities together.
Don't go out to dinner and take walks, babe.
They don't. What? Oh, shoot, Mom. What do people do then?
I don't know what they do, but I'm saying this is that relationship is key.
Yes.
Relationship is key. You have to have a relationship, just like you have one with your siblings, with coworkers, with friends. As married couples, you have to have relationship is key. If you don't have relationship, in the key is
if you don't have relationship, how do you have relations? I don't know. That's kind of messed up.
Okay, that sounds like what was that movie? How do you have relations?
Yeah, how do you have relationship without relation? How do you have relations without a relationship?
All right, it's time to bring this show to a close.
No, really.
No. Anyway, that's another
like
story for another day. Audrey, come and get your big cousin Junie. But
oh, there we go. Okay, that's you sharing a little too much now.
Yeah, no, you don't want to say relation. I didn't say relationship.
No, I'm talking about Junie. Who's Junie?
Junie, you're Junie. Audrey knows you about Junie. But at any rate, so it was good seeing you.
Oh, well, it was good seeing you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow sometime. Definitely. I know it probably ain't gonna be till late.
Who knows? I may surprise you.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we love you, and again, straight from the Germany's, from our heart to your heart.
All right.
We love you, and Lord willing, we'll see you next week. God bless you. Bye bye.
Gotta want your heart surgery. Gotta need your heart. I can be what you're coming to be. I wanna talk like you. I wanna walk like you. I even wanna act like you. Ain't no cap, it's the truth.